Greek's version of delicious meatballs with a super rich tomato sauce. Full of flavor, let's give it a try. Hi everybody and welcome to my kitchen. It's me, Manny from Manny's Made at Home. Today we're making our final recipe in our Greek food series, and it's a delicious one. We're going to be making some delicious Greek Soutzoukakia. Let's look at the ingredients that we're going to need. To start, I've got some stale bread here, and I'm just going to cut the crust off. You don't have to, but I'm a bit fussy like that. Then I'm going to put it into a bowl, and now I'm going to add some red wine to it and let it soak. And this is why you want stale bread, because it's dried out, so it's going to soak up all the wine goodness. And I'm just going to let it sit here while I work on the rest of my ingredients. Alrighty, for our meatballs, I've got some beef going in here. You could use a mixture of beef and pork as well if you want, but today I decided to go with just beef. Next, I've got some onions, grated garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I've got some cumin and some cinnamon. I also have 2 eggs going in here, and for the final thing we've got some olive oil as well. And now that they're all soaked in, I can actually add in my breadcrumbs as well. They're gonna make the meatballs super juicy, but you do want to squeeze out a bit of the excess liquid here, which there really isn't very much, so in they go. And now you can mix this in with a wooden spoon or put on gloves and mix it by hand, but I'm not a fan of single-use plastic, so my clean hands will have to do. And just really get in there and make sure you get a real homogeneous mixture going. Okay, I've got a pretty homogeneous mixture now, so all that's left to do is to shape our Soutzoukakia. They're not quite ball shaped, which is very interesting. So just grab a little bit, and you want to kind of form like an oval type of shape or a rod shape. Okay, so this is the shape that I want. So I'm just gonna put them here in a little tray with some oil so they don't stick. You could also coat this with flour to kind of help to keep their shape, and then when you fry them, they will form a bit of a crust. But I'm not gonna do that today actually. I want them to remain nice and juicy. We're gonna be cooking them in a sauce in a minute, so the crustiness will disappear regardless. Okay, I'm all done. I got 19 meatballs. So I've got some oil heating up in a pan, and I'm just gonna go in and put in my Soutzoukakia in there. I'm just gonna put them in one at a time to not drop the temperature of the oil too much. I'm just gonna cook these for about 2 minutes on each side, or until they get a nice and golden brown color on the outside. Don't worry about trying to cook them now. We can cook them in the sauce later. Alrighty, I'm gonna give them a flip now. It's beautiful. My last batch is ready to come out. They look so beautifully brown and crispy. I'm putting them into some paper towels to drain off the excess oil. And it does smell gorgeous in my kitchen as well. I know they're gonna be delicious. Okay, we're gonna start making our sauce. So I've got some olive oil coming to temperature in a pan, and I'm gonna go in with some really finely chopped onions. I'm also gonna add in my garlic. I'm gonna give my onions and the garlic about 3 minutes to kind of start softening up and releasing their delicious flavors. I really love how every culture seems to have a version of meatballs. We've done Spanish meatballs in the channel before. You can click up there to check out that recipe. It is fantastic. But we've also done Swedish meatballs, which are a crowd pleaser. Do check them out and let me know what you think of them. Okay, my onions are nice and soft now, so I'm gonna go in with my wine. And I'm gonna cook this just for a few minutes until the alcohol evaporates. Next, I'm gonna add in my tomato paste. This is gonna help to thicken up the sauce. I'm gonna mix this through. Right, and once dissolved, I can go in with my chopped tomatoes. I'm also going to add in some cumin, salt and pepper, and stir that through. Finally, I've got some bay leaf and some sugar. This is very much to taste, just trying to counter the acidity of the tomatoes. I'm gonna go in with maybe a teaspoon, and I'm gonna let this simmer for 5 minutes before adding in my meatballs. Okay, my sauce has been simmering. I did give it a taste and correct it for seasoning, but now it's time to go in with our meatballs. Try to fit them in. I am struggling a little bit. Cover it up and let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. Time's up, let's have a look. They look amazing and it smells so good. Heat up and let me plate them up. I am super excited. I've got some rice here. You could also serve them with some mashed potato, but I think rice is gonna soak up the sauce nicely, so let's just split it up. Of course, we have to go in with some sauce. Just for garnish, I've got some thyme and oregano going in here. And that's my beautiful Soutzoukakia. Right, let me give it a try. I haven't had any lunch or dinner or anything yet, so I am starved. Oh, it's so nice and juicy. They are so beautiful, packed with flavor, and the sauce is so rich and it complements it so well. We use similar spices or similar flavors both in the meatball mixture and in the sauce, so they marry together so well. The texture is also fantastic. You almost don't have to chew. It's so juicy, it just melts in your mouth. Please make sure you give this one a try. You're not gonna regret it. This dish is fantastic. All of the Greek food that we've tried has just been mind-blowingly good. I feel like I have to book a trip to Greece now to try it all for real. I hope you've enjoyed the Greek food series, and please check out all the videos if you haven't seen them yet. I will link them to the site. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give me a big like, leave me comments below what you thought of it, and share with all of your friends. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel and give me some feedback. Let me know what type of food you want to see. Let me know what's been your favorite from the series. If you tried this or any of my previous recipes and you want to post them on Instagram, make sure that you tag me. I really want to see how you get on. With that, I'll leave it for this video and enjoy.